Hi, I'm the Hydroponics Guy. Today we're going to talk about the most important element in your hydroponic system, and that is the clay aggregate that you use to grow your plants. And I'm going to show you what is good clay aggregate and what is not good clay aggregate, and I'm also going to give you some tips on how to buy it. We've been growing plants in clay aggregate in this system for 40 years, and we've grown thousands of plants using this system. And there's a clay aggregate that we started out with from Germany, and we continue to use it to this day. So what is good clay aggregate? The aggregate that we use and what we prefer has two properties. One is it's lightweight, and what that means is that the core is relatively hollow. It's been heated to a high enough temperature that it expands, and it has that void in the center that helps with the capillary properties. The second thing is I like to have the irregular shape of the pebbles because that helps the plant lock in much quicker. In fact, we think 3 or 4 times faster than pebbles that are perfectly round. A term you'll see on the internet a lot for clay aggregate is LECA. That's L-E-C-A, which stands for lightweight expanded clay aggregate. You see the term LECA applied to a lot of different kinds of pebbles, and again, not all of these pebbles are the same. So you have to be careful in what you buy if you want to be successful in growing. Okay, let's take a look at some of the pebbles you'll find out there. These are Hydroton. They're called Hydroton. These are round pebbles. I don't like planting in these because they're not stable. The plant moves around too much, and then the other thing is, from a practical point of view, is that if you spill any of these pebbles, look, there goes one, like that, they just go all over the place. They're like jumping beans, so they're hard to work with. Secondly is, I have the Chinese version of the round pebbles, and these are, I don't like working with these at all. Number one, they're round, just like I said, and number two is they just don't have the horticultural properties. They don't have wicking ability. They don't have the hollow core that you need for growing, and I see these pebbles a lot. In fact, I think this is the IKEA brand of pebbles, which I'm not real hot on. Next is the Geolite. Geolite is a great pebble. It has great horticultural properties, but the problem is it's irregular shape, lightweight, all of that, but the problem is it's gray. And gray pebbles just don't look good. Plants don't look good planted in gray pebbles. This is what you want. These are the pebbles that we get from Germany. They're irregular shaped. They're lightweight because they're hollow on the inside, and they lock in the plant quickly, and they deliver the nutrient solution to the roots evenly and gently. These are the plants. These are the pebbles that your plants will be happy with. When you get the right pebbles, you can grow amazing plants with this. They lock in quickly, and you get some really good, healthy plants because it has good horticultural properties. This is Chinese evergreen, locked into the plant. Here is a Hoya. Look at this Hoya plant. Now, it needs to be repotted, but this Hoya has been growing in here for several years, as you can see. And the pebbles do not need to be replaced. Those pebbles will keep their same properties as when they were planted. So you could grow remarkable plants, and you don't need to worry about replacing the soil or replacing the pebbles, because the pebbles will stay with the same properties that they started out. Hey, you got a minute? Let me show you another amazing property of this LECA. My wife has a clivia here that she wanted to have repotted, and I'm going to take a second here just to show you how clean and how easy it is to work with this LECA, and I'm going to show you the kind of roots you get when you have the right LECA that we're using. So what I'm going to do is knock this out of this pot. There it comes. All right, look at those roots. Look at this. And you'll get some dead roots in there. I mean, that's not unusual to have roots in there like that. And look at this. Wow. Look at those roots. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this to the sink and just rinse it off and clean it up a little bit, and then we're going to pop it in this pot. Okay, I'm back from the sink, and again, I want to show you these roots. They're clean, they're supple. You would never get this in soil. And the other thing is that this is so easy. I mean, the pebbles just fell away on this plant, and look at this, it's clean. If I had to do this in soil, I'd have a mess. I'd have to have newspapers out everywhere. I got to replace the soil. This is so much easier. Okay, we're back from the sink. Look at these roots. Nice and supple. They're ready for a new pot. Now, the other thing that happened when I was at the sink is I did pull away some dead roots like this. Not unusual whatsoever. So I cleaned it out. We're ready to go. I soaked my Pebbles, my new clean Pebbles that I use for my potting. I soaked them overnight in a KLN solution. I filled the bottom of the new pot about up to here with Pebbles. And now I position the new plant on top of those Pebbles. And I add my fresh LECA. See how clean this is? And I got a happy plant. Okay, there we are. Now, this is an important step here. You need to pound these Pebbles down for stability, and don't worry about injuring the roots. This is the tool that we use, a chopstick. And you can use that to pound those Pebbles down. You never have to worry about injuring the roots. You will not injure the roots. So there's that. Add a few more around the top. Insert my water gauge. Put it in my outer pot. Look at that. It's that easy. Transplanting a clivia into a larger pot. Never have to worry about the LECA Pebbles. They're going to be fine. Now, plant care for this, you have to go to another video. We're talking about LECA Pebbles here. So I do have a video on how to transplant clivia and the plant care after that. Clay aggregate is slightly more expensive than soil, but it has good value because if you plant with the right clay aggregate, it lasts forever, it won't compact, it won't decompose, and your plants will be happy. The only time you really need to repot is moving it up to a bigger pot. You'd never have to replace the clay pebbles. We've had plants growing in these clay pebbles like this, what we call LECA, for 10 or 15 years, and they just don't need to be repotted. We have all the components that you need to grow great plants on our website. That's www.easygrowhydro.com. We have the good type of LECA that you'll need, and we have the nutrients that go with the plants. Plant your plants with the good stuff. Buy the good stuff, and you're going to have happy plants. They'll thank you forever.